Here we are at example 4 from our 4.6 set of notes. We're asked to use the quadratic formula here to solve for our different x values. Now, again, we have different things on both sides, so we're going to need to get everything over to one side and 0 on the other. We'll go ahead and add this 5x to both sides. Here they cancel, leaving us with x squared plus 5x plus 5 equals 0. Now that it's equal to 0 on one side, we can go ahead and use the quadratic formula. Again, the quad formula is the opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. I know we keep talking about the quadratic formula. This actually comes from, if you're curious, completing the square. Normally, when I taught Algebra 2, that's when you kind of really learn where this thing comes from. We would actually walk through the proof, but for us this year, we're just applying the quad formula. So if you're curious, though, go ahead and research completing the square, and you'll find out exactly how it comes about. Next, we're going to go ahead and identify our a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is 5, and c is 5. And now we can go ahead and plug in our values now that they've been identified. So we have negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times our a value, in this case it's 1, times our c value, in this case it's 5, all over 2 times our a value 1. So there again, we didn't really do any math, we kind of just plugged in the numbers. X equals negative 5 plus or minus square root of 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 1 times 5 gives us negative 20. And then this is all over 2. Next up, we'll go ahead and simplify those two values. So we have x equals negative 5 plus or minus 25 minus 20 gives us normal 5 all over 2. And because we can't do any good and garbage with that square root of 5, this would actually be our solution. Again, though, that is example 4 from our 4.6 set of notes.